asking me or
Yes, you.
oh, okay. -2.
Okay. And the point coordinates were what?
-1 1.
And Omari, which one of the point coordinates is x?
Which one of the point coordinates is x? Uh, -2.
Anybody agree with Omari on that? Which one of the point coordinates is x? The point is -1 and 1.
It's
Trent,
No, it's -1. Excuse me.
which one is represents y? Which number?
I don't know.
Okay, Judah, which one represents y? I'm going to put the point coordinates right here. Judah, which one is y?
1.
Who said 1?
Me.
Is that Trent or Judah?
Trent.
Trent said 1. Very good, Trent. I'm glad you came back and gave it a shot. Right here, y. It's always xy, right? And we're on the number line, right? Right? -1's about right here. 1's about right here. So our point is right there, right? Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That's what we're talking about, a point coordinate, x and a y. Okay. Now, all we're going to do now is plug in, folks. What was the slope?
The slope is a -2.
All right. So, Tashana, all you're going to do is plug in. Rewrite it, as Eshibola just said, and plug those quantitative amounts in. What's the amount? What's the number for y? What's represented by y? Which number?
1.
So write 1 for y, right? Just on the next line. Very good. Equals. What does m represent in our equation? Judah, what does m represent? Take a read of step number 1 real quickly.
-2.
Very good. Excellent. Go ahead, Tashana, write -2 and put a parentheses around it. Parentheses, -2. In the videos that I'm going to want you guys to master, the teacher teaches to do that. It clarifies things some. Put parentheses around your negative numbers. Go ahead and put another open parentheses, please, Tashana. What is x in our equation? Oh, Tashana's on it. She said she'll write it herself. Let's let somebody else echo it. What's represented by x? Omari.
What's represented by x?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the question.
All right. All right. I asked you a little while back, Omari, you weren't clear. Okay, thank you, Bawa Kessa.
Well, over here, when we have the two values, x is the first value when you're like a value comma a known value. It's -1. Isn't x -1?
Wakessa, Bawa Kessa, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Um, all right. X is represented by -1. -1 is standing in for x. We can say it various ways. Well, we're going to plug in for x, -1. Thank you. Plus, go ahead, Tashana. Did we get any number, quantitative number, any quantity to represent b?
No.
In fact, we're solving for b, right?
Correct.
Okay, so just put the plus b, Tashana, please. And you're writing so well today, Tashana. Good job. All right. Anybody agree with what Tashana wrote so far?
I do.
All right. What's our next step?
We have to solve for B.
Solve for B. Let's do it. Eshibola, jump in and solve for B. Let's see how quickly you'll do it. Explain as you're going.
All right. So first we're going to do the operation. So I'm gonna multiply -2 by -4. That'll give me +2. There's a
Eshibola,
Yes.
just 1 second for me. For the sake of clarity, go ahead and write the 1 equals, okay?
Oh, I am. I was gonna do that. I was bringing everything down.
That's fine.
All
Okay, now question. Very good, Eshibola. Question, class. What did Eshibola just do on the right-hand side of the equation? And which is our first step for solving an algebraic equation? What did he do? He just simplified. He could do something on the right side, right? Didn't even have any like terms to put together, but he could do some multiplying, right?
Yes.
Everybody see that? It's simple, yet I always want you guys to be real clear about how you can start. Okay, what to do to start. And again, Tashana, it may seem simple. I do want to accent it, to echo it, okay? What's the next step? Tashana, what's the next step for Eshibola here? Tashana?
Wouldn't you find out what B represents?
And how do you do that? Or just tell me what you would do. I'm really not trying to be a stickler, and I'm not just, it's not that I think you don't know what to do. I like to talk it through. What would you do next? Let's tell me what you do next.
I'm thinking that wouldn't you like maybe switch it and make B equals -1?
How do you do that, though? How do I know it's not +1 or maybe even 0? What to do? What to do? And the author, the author, she just went ahead and did it, right? She did B equals -1. How are we going to get there? Somebody else weigh in and tell me what we're doing anyway, where we are in our steps. Trent, what? She also has B on the left side of the equation, right? And we have it right here on the Y side. And who's writing?
Eshibola.
1.5. Who? Oh, okay, good. Steps. Okay. All right, Omari, let me hear from you. You guys were real clear about these steps. What's the next step? I thought that was a 5.1 Eshibola. I was like, what? No, 1.5. You see what I'm saying? I thought it was a 5. It's like, Ishibola's writing decimals? For real? Has it really gotten that good? Omari, what's the next step?
Okay, simplify. I want to say number 2 is balance, but I'm worried that I'm talking about the other stuff.
You're a little ahead of yourself. A little bit ahead of yourself. What's the next step? Anybody? Come on.
I can say it.
I know you can. I want to see if anybody else can. Trent, what's the next step? We simplify. He simplified as much as he can. Right now, we got, on the left side, we got a monomial expression because we have one term. On the right side, we have 2 unlike terms. We have a binomial expression. There's nothing else to do. There are no more like terms to put together in any way. Anybody? Come on. Omari? Come on, Omari. What's next to do? All right, I'm not gonna belabor it. Go ahead.
For B.
Who was that? Trent?
Yeah.
What did you say?
It said we solve for B next.
Very good. Solve for B. Thank you. Write that up. please, Eshibola. Solve for B. How are we going to do that? Anybody? How are we going to do that? One second, Eshibola. How are we going to do that? We call it isolating the variable, right? Anybody ever hear about that? Isolate the variable, get the variable by itself, right?
So
Hello?
we would subtract B.
Very good. Isolate the variable. The way we can solve for a variable always is to isolate. We got to get that variable on one side of the equation equaling the rest of the equation, right? Okay. Let's do that. Very good. Very good. Excellent. All right. So, Tashana, again, I know you know how to do this problem. What would you have said about it as you were doing it, please? I'd like to hear your words. Tashana?
Yes.
How would you, what would you have said about, how would you have said to solve this problem? Thank you, Eshibola.
I don't know how I would have explained it, but I would have gotten the answer.
What would you've done? Let me see you write it real quickly. Just come over on this side, right here, right about here. Let me see you write it. Tashana, are you gonna write it or what? Help me out, please? We're always so pushed for time.
Where did you want me to write it at?
I scribbled right here. Never mind. That's okay. That's all right. We'll come back. You'll have another opportunity. Now you notice the author wrote b equals -1. Some people will have the variable on the left-hand side. Okay, we know that if -1 equals b, b equals -1. You know, the sides don't matter, right? So let's not get sidetracked. Substitute m and b into the equation and y equals mx plus b to find the equation of the line. Now, the equation of the line equals 2x minus 1. Let's make sure everybody's clear about so far, okay? What we were able to do was sit and put in, 1 second here, 2x plus 2x minus 1. 2x minus 2x. We could have put plus -1 and she just put -1. So now the equation of the line is y equals -2x minus 1. Let's see if anybody's not clear about how she winds up with this. I'm going to write it again, and then I want to let you see how she plugged it in. I want to make sure you see how she plugged it in, because we're going to have to do it again and again and again to really get good at it. You see here, we started out with the equation Tashana showed us, y equals mx plus b. Everybody straight, right? Everybody good?
Yes.
Then we plugged in, he told us up front that the slope equals -2, right? We know that m equals the slope. Let's just put that real quick right here. Everybody straight on that. So we got -2x. Slope is -2. She told us that. Those are given. But we didn't know what b was, right? I'm going to get this pinkish color for b. We didn't know b, right? That was the whole point of this work, that Tashana Eshbola word. Trent had a hand in, a lot of us had a hand in it. This B work, right? When we solved for B equals -1. So what she put was right here, -1. Now, be aware that she could have written -2x plus -1, right? Because up here we see a plus sign. Everybody see it?
Yes.
Yes.
We also know that, though, that 2x minus 1 can be written as 2x plus -1. There's some videos that you're going to be watching between now and the weekend that's going to help you really get clear on that. So let's make sure we're clear. We're going to go on for it now, and because we're going to continue finding this equation of the line. Who will pick up reading for us? Omari, I want you to pick up right there in the middle of 135. If you know any 2 points on a line, you can also find the equation of the line. Go ahead, Omari, please.
If you know any 2 points on a line, you can also find the equation of the line. Just follow these 4 painless steps to find the equation of a line. Step 1. Find the slope of the line. Divide the change in y by the change in x.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep reading.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Step 2. Substitute the slope for m in the equation y equals mx plus b. Substitute the pair of coordinates for x and y in the equation and solve for b. Substitute the values for m and b in the equation y equals mx plus b to find the equation of the line. Example, for the slope of the line...
Okay, wait. 1 second, Omari. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. We're going to go now with our next example where we have 2 sets of points, point coordinates, to find the slope of the line. And then we're going to do a couple of our brain ticklers. Everybody ready? We started out this first one here, knowing the slope of the line, following the steps there with 1 set of points. And we just did that. We solved for b, and we got the equation of the line. We got y equals -2x minus b. And then she said if we know any 2 points on a line, first example gave us knowing 1 point on a line, right? We had 1 set of coordinates, x and y. But this next one's going to give us 2 sets of xy coordinates. Is everybody clear about that? Everybody clear?
Yes.
First one, that's part of the difference. The first one, she gave us slope of the line. The second one, and she gave us 1 point on the line. The second one, she's not giving us the slope of the line. She's giving us 2 points on a line. So 2 sets of x and y coordinates, okay? And she's still saying that we can find the equation of the line. And as Omari said, in 4 painless steps, we're going to first have to find the slope of the line. We'll then have to substitute the slope for m. And then we'll substitute 1 pair of coordinates for x and y. And then solve for b. And then we'll substitute the values of m and b in the equation y equals mx plus b to find the equation of the line. So we're going to take each step, okay? Let's just do that. Take each step thoroughly. And then we're going to put ourselves to the test to do the brain ticklers. Now, who will take us to your work? Eshubola, do you have any work to show us? Well, maybe you guys didn't work the example, so maybe you can show us for the first brain tickler, set number 26. So I'm not going to ask for that. But let's have another whiteboard, please. Thank you, Tashana. Thank you so much. Inviting us into your whiteboard is kind of like inviting us into your house. I want you guys to see it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You want to have your best work, and as you write on these whiteboards more and more and play with the technology here, you'll be able to do some really neat things, from getting grids for graphing, from playing with the colors, from sometimes putting in text as opposed to writing in our hand. You can just type out things. That's how I want you to think of it, with a lot of pride. Bring us into your whiteboard. I'll be bringing you into mine. As I see little nuggets out there, ways to explain things, I'm going to bring you into mine. And again, hats off to Bawa Kesa for providing us this opportunity. Somebody else, take us to your whiteboard, please. Whoever wants to, just step up and let's roll over. We want to work this this next example, okay? And then we're going to go to the brain ticklers. So I'm not